So folks, that's just a part of our mooring. We're going to make our way up on the D26 barge. This is an outrigger barge. It's called D26 because D is for A, B, C, D, so it's the fourth barge. 26 is 1926, so 1926 is the fourth one of that year. Now it's an outrigger barge because you can see those logs hanging across the top. And the logs hanging down below hanging in chains. This is how they transported the logs down to the Marma Forest. They tie the barges up down the forest and around. The logs would be sent on down, tied up by the crew, and then the barge would be sent on its way. Then a steamer would come and pick it up, bring it on down into the sawmills. And it used to be a steamer like the one up in front, which is the PS Adelaide. And it'd travel all the way up to Barma there, pick up those barges, tie them back down, drop them off, and turn around and go again. The PS Adelaide there is actually the oldest wooden paddle boat in the Southern Hemisphere. She's a great old boat, she's very, very powerful. And just pulling out in front of us there is the Pevensey. You may have seen that in All the Rivers Run. She was renamed to Philadelphia. She's a big old boat that. She was built as a barge originally and then converted into a paddle steamer. And she's one of the larger boats on the river. The next big paddler you'll see here is the Alexander Arbuthnot. She was rebuilt and used for many years down at Shepparton at the lakes down there. And many years ago she was brought up here and put on back on the river. Then we come into what we call the dry dock, the wet dock, which is nearly dry. And you've got the Britannia there, which is stuck quite well in the mud at the moment. We've got the Black Shag over there and the little steamboat, the Ranger. Our little boat here, the PS Paracuda, little steam launch there as well. It's actually facing downstream, which is unusual. They're normally boats facing upstream, so the rudder still catches the current. Looks like she might be stuck in the mud sitting there at the moment. We come a bit further along here, we'll come to the PS Hero. The PS Hero worked as a hawking boat most of her lifetime. And then there was an argument between the engineer and the captain, and the engineer set the boat on fire. She then sank to the bottom down at Boundary Bend. Sat there for 40 years or so on the bottom. Till a man with too much money decided to start digging her out. They floated the hull and rebuilt her at a cost of around $4 million. She does get out and do private cruises now as well, and she's quite a nice looking boat. focus here is Turulura, which is a little private launch. So the steel bridge here is the river that we're just about to pass. I know it was the first bridge built here in Echuca. And it once had the railway line running through it as well, so it was often closed to traffic as the trains came through. But recently there was a new concrete bridge built on the other side of it here, and that is now dedicated to the rail. So the bend we're coming up to now, out here on our left, is Perfume Point. That's where they pump out the houseboat toilets and the toilets from these boats as well. So you can see why we call it Perfume Point.
Is that the other lot? Huh?
Out to here to our left is the new Moama Wharf. The old one was a little bit further upstream. It was only used for basically customs deliveries. It was removed many years ago, and the way to remove it was have the army blow it up. So they rebuilt this new one here as a bit of a centenary project, and it does get used a bit by the PS Melbourne now.